Okay, so we are looking at reporting category 2, the benchmark question number 45. So it says the graph of 2x minus 5y equals 10 is shown on the grid. Which ordered pair is in the solution set of 2x minus 5y is greater than or equal to 10? Now, if they ask you for an ordered pair in the solution set, guys, remember it has to be in the shaded region or on the solid line. So, you can also check by plugging in your ordered pair that you have to see if you get a true inequality. So what I'm going to do, since I already have this graph here, I'm going to go ahead and plot my ordered pairs. So 0, 5 would be here, and I'm going to go ahead and label it so when I look at it I don't have to guess. 5, 0 would be here, and it's on the solid line. Negative 2, 5, so I'm going to go to negative 2, 5 would be here. Those are kind of close together. And then negative 5, 2 would be right here, and those are close together. Alright, so I am looking at here, I don't have any shading, but I do have an inequality, so I can rearrange this. I can move the 2x to the other side by subtracting from both sides, so I would get negative 5y is greater than or equal to 10. And since I don't have any x's over here, I would have 0x, and 0 minus 2x is negative 2x. And now I don't want negative 5y, I want 1y, so I'm going to divide by negative 5. And now I'm going to do y is greater than or equal to, and then now I need to do some division. So now I'm going to do 10 divided by negative 5, and that would be negative 2. And then now I'm going to do negative 2 divided by negative 5, and that would be positive 2/5. I'm going to put plus 2/5 x. And then, oh wait, I'm doing inequalities. I hope you remember that you needed to check your inequality sign to see if it flip-flopped. How do I know if my sign's going to flip-flop? I'm going to ask myself, did I divide by a negative number? And the answer was yes. So this actually needs to flip-flop. So this is not greater than or equal to. It's actually going to be less than or equal to, which tells me that I'm going to now shade down from my graph line. So I'm going to actually, this is negative 2 plus 2/5 x. That is that line. And they already helped me out by connecting it and making it solid for me. So all I really have to do is add the shading, which is why I needed to solve for y. So I'm going to shade down from this graph line because that would be less than. And so now I'm looking to see which ordered pairs are in the shaded region or on the solid line because I have a solid line, and the only point that matches that is 5, 0. These 3 points are not in the shaded region. They are if you're looking at greater than, but remember, you have to make it y equals mx plus b, and you have to check for flip-flop first. I could have also plugged in my x and y values, so I could have said 2 times the value of x minus 5 times the value of y is supposed to be greater than or equal to 10. Well, now I'm going to plug in for my x value, I had 5, and for my y value, I had 0. So now I'm going to do all of this math here in my calculator. I'm going to say, well, what do I get when I take 2 times 5 and then I subtract 5 times 0? I get 10. Is 10 greater than or equal to 10? True or false? And that is true because 10 can be equal to 10. So because it's true, that also makes it part of my solution set. So I just solved it by plugging in and testing my checking my test point, and I got a true inequality, so I know that that is my answer. All right, let's look at question number 51 from the benchmark. What is the slope of the line that passes through the points 5, negative 11, and negative 9, 17? Okay, guys, they're flat out asking you what is the slope, and they give you 2 points, so you need to use your slope formula. M equals subtraction, and now we got to plug in y's. Okay, the y value is negative 11 and 17, and it doesn't matter where you plug in those y values. What does matter is the x values that you plug in, because you got to make sure that they match up. And so because I chose negative 11 as my first y value, I now have to use the x value of 5 first, and then negative 9. And remember, that subtraction sign is not the negative on the 9. I want to see both. And so now I'm going to use my calculator, and I'm going to type all this in at once to make it easy on myself. So I'm going to do negative 11, subtract 17, 5 subtract a negative 9. And I'm going to get for my slope negative 2. And the correct answer is A, negative 2. And the last question for category 2 on your benchmark is 54. Which line appears to have an x-intercept of negative 5 and a y-intercept of 3? Okay, again, you've got to know your vocabulary. X-intercept. Where do we find an x-intercept? We find it on the x-axis. And this is the ordered pair, negative 5, 0. So I'm going to plot negative 5, 0. Negative 5, 0. Here on the x-axis at negative 5. Well, F doesn't cross there because it doesn't have that x-intercept. G has it, so we're going to keep G. Negative 5, 0 would be negative 5 on the x-axis. H does not have it, and J does not have it. So the only one that has what we're looking for is G, but we're going to go ahead and finish this out because if on your star you may have more than one answer choice left. So again, a y-intercept is going to be on the y-axis, and they're telling you where to go on the y-axis. They're telling you to go to the point 0, 3. So again, we're going to make this, and again, I verified that F does not have those y-intercepts or x-intercepts, but G does, and then neither does H, and neither does J. So the correct answer is G.